Each of us is able, through our thoughts, our will, to create a good life. But do we really want to settle for a good life when we can have our best life? Our best life comes to us and comes through us when we let go and let life. Now please, remember, when I'm saying that when we let life, we're not surrendering to something that is separate or other than ourselves. As I said earlier, life is a synonym for God, spirit, love, etc. And we're taught here at Unity that we are one with God, so we are one with life. We are, as I said earlier, the eachness of the divine allness. We are each an individualization of the divine. But individual does not mean separate. We are not and never can be separate from God. This finger is an individual finger, but it is part of this wholeness, this hand, which is part of the body. We can break things down into individuality, but that does not mean that they are separate and not part of the whole. So we are not and never can be separate from life. So when we let life, we are not surrendering to just something outside ourselves. In fact, we are surrendering to our higher self, to our true self. We are surrendering to that part of ourselves that lives beyond the ego. In his book, Life Visioning, Dr. Beckwith introduces us to what he calls the 4 stages of evolutionary growth. Stage 1 is the to-me stage, where we maintain a victim consciousness. We believe that life is controlled by external sources rather than by self-choice or self-responsibility, and we believe that life is happening to us. Now, stage 2 is the to-it stage, where we enter into a manifester consciousness. See, manifestors make effective use of the law of manifestation and thus feel a sense of control over their life. Manifestors feel that they are happening to life rather than life happening to them. And then there's stage 3, which is the channel consciousness. Channelers are aware of being a vehicle of the Spirit and live from this place of ultimate surrender. In this consciousness, life happens through us. Through us. And then there's stage 4, the being consciousness. These self-realized beings sense their absolute oneness with Source and have no sense of an ego self. In this consciousness, life happens as us. It is in the stages 3 and 4, the channel consciousness and the being consciousness, when life happens through us and as us, that we truly are letting go and letting life. In Dr. Beckwith's book, he also sets out 7 steps of a visioning process that each of us can practice if we really want to learn how to let go and let life. And that would be a whole nother discussion to go through these 7 steps. But again, I invite you to read the book and explore them for yourself. But I'm going to share with you still this one message from Dr. Beckwith. Visioning is about the evolution of who and what you are as a unique, individualized emanation of Source and what you have come on the planet to learn, express, and contribute. It's a way of providing yourself with tangible evidence that you're not here to be a passive bystander or spectator, nor to be blindly pulled along by society's ever-changing tides. Visioning is an adventure into your own deepest self to discover there are all the gifts, the skills, and the requisite qualities of consciousness to live a most excellent life, a life of yes. Visioning is an invitation for you to let go and let life. When we do, we allow ourselves to let go of our ego. We let go of our fears. We let go of our past. We let go of our prescribed notions of situations and circumstances and how people are supposed to show up. We practice trusting and surrendering to that presence within us that knows itself as the divine.